Hello, everybody. My name is Sirhc, and welcome back to NightOwl, our multiplayer Let's Play series on the NightOwl server with the Night Owls, our fellow Night Owls. Check it out. Check it out. I was gonna do a reveal, but I guess not. I forgot. Um, I tore down the old witch farm because it was terrible. Vert has been, or is wanting to light up spawn with hidden lighting, so he wants to get lots of glowstone and such. And he tried out this farm, and it was terrible, which I knew was bad. And so I finally decided, you know what, it's time to fix this thing. It's time to get this thing actually running good. I know B-Rabbit actually has a witch farm that he's had for a while, and it works really well. It's gonna be. I think he used the same design that I'm using. This is JL's design, and we do have a working witch farm on the server, but I kind of want to make a nice community one, and also, I started this so long ago, and I want this thing turning out witches so fast. Yeah. So, I guess, the original design that I had, I really liked it because it was my design, and I like coming up with designs and designing things. That's one of my favorite things in Minecraft, is designing contraptions. But the problem with it is that it was very enclosed. If you remember, I had a witch hut here, or it's a giant witch hut, and inside was the witch farm. Uh, and like I had heard that, or I knew that like having blocks at the floor level, like at not this level, but I don't have any blocks, but like the level above the floor, having blocks at that level um, decreases spawning. I never really knew why, though. I didn't really understand, but JL actually talks about it in his video, which I will link in the description. Although all you really have to do is search Witch Farm in YouTube, and I'm pretty sure his is the first one, because this is an amazing design. It should be like 8,500 items per hour if you like completely stop spawning everywhere else in the world. Um, but yeah, it has to do with the fact that the game, when it looks for like a place for mobs to spawn, it searches for an air block, and then from that air block, it like branches out, a certain a random number of like blocks, and checks blocks around that air block. And so having blocks like right here, wall right here, it stops a lot of those spawns from happening inside, because it'll check air blocks out here, and it won't make it in here, I guess. So you really want a nice open space so that you have all of these air blocks around here. I don't know exactly what the distance is, but you want as many air blocks as you can to maximize the spawning. And so yeah, that is what we are doing right now. And I guess one thing is, since I am using someone else's design, I wanted to do something different than most people would do. And that different thing is, just like with the iron farm, I'm going to make this thing out of clay. I like clay a lot, and I think, it's basically like stone. It's got the same properties of stone. It kind of looks similar to stone. It's kind of got a pattern. It's not as pronounced as stone, but it's like stone, but it's colored. And so it's a really nice way to add color to your builds without making them out of like flammable materials like wood, or, breakable materials like wool. I guess that's also flammable. But yeah, I guess I can kind of describe how this works real quick. Again, if you want to build this thing, go watch JL's video. Very good tutorial that he does, and that is what I am following to build this thing. But what happens is these tripwire hooks will have string on them, which will go all the way across here. when witches spawn, they will trigger the tripwire, and these tripwire hooks will activate these pistons. Let's just look at maybe this side has a better view. No, not really. Yeah, let's just look at this side. Where's my shovel? So like for this one, tripwire hook will trigger this redstone, which will trigger this piston. That block will go down, and there will be a certain number of items inside this hopper. Let's just put, I don't know, these items. And we have a comparator here that is reading, a signal from that block, or from that furnace. Right now it's not going very, right now it won't go very far. Right, but it's not connected at all. Because it's, we got a comparator, and then we have redstone down there. So the way you connect it is you power this, which I don't have anything. I am not prepared. Let's see. Let's grab some stuff. Okay. So let's do this right. Let's take these out. I know we need like a stack and a half or so. So that's going to give out a signal with the comparator. And if we power this redstone right here, give it some power, we now have the piston extended so that this signal can go through that block and into the redstone below. And also it powers this piston right here because it is powering, I'm pretty sure it's because it's powering this block, and then the redstone down here, and that redstone is going back into this block. And so it goes up, and then the signal doesn't get carried through the doesn't get carried through the block anymore. So it turns off, and then the block falls and continues. And then we should, yeah, you can see there's a signal that comes out. It only comes to here, so we need to put more items in here. Let's do 7 more. There we go. So now the signal reaches to this comparator, but not to the one next to it because it's not a long enough signal. And we have this piston extending. So it's a pretty cool system. And then we'll have this exact same thing over on this side. But this side is delayed by a little bit. And actually this is a fix made by Doc M and his buddy. I don't remember what his buddy's name is. I feel bad for those guys. I feel like they kind of get overshadowed by Doc M. But yeah, this was a fix for like 1.8 snapshots and 1.8. The original design just had 3 comparators in a line. This design has, or you have to fix it by putting repeaters just because the comparators couldn't carry the signal. It was too fast for them. So that's what that is. So, tripwire gets activated, pushes that block down, which carries the signal to that redstone, and then the comparator turns on this piston, pushes this line of blocks that way. Exact same thing will happen over on this side, except it will be delayed by 2 ticks, and this piston will push it back. And that is how this thing works. So let's take this off, and let's empty this out for now. But I ran out of clay. That's why this isn't finished right here. So I'm going to have to go get some clay right now. I have a bunch over at my new base, but I didn't bring any over here because I didn't decide to do clay until after I was over here. So instead of just going out to the old base, or instead of going out to the new base and getting clay, I think we're going to go out to a Mesa. So I guess let's go head out that way. Alright, so I know someone has a nether portal or another tunnel out to a Mesa that's over that way. My base is straight north from here. And this is AJ's portal. I think he's the one who made, I'm assuming he's the one who made the tunnel out to the Mesa. I was trying to find a tunnel that goes back to the Nether Hub. This tunnel. I couldn't find where it started though. But I did know about this Sirhc Megataiga. So yeah, I think this is AJ's tunnel. Looks like he did some blasting. Or at least one of his tunnels. A tunnel to resources, I guess. But yeah, I'm pretty sure at the end of this, it goes to the Mesa. Road gets kind of tough here. And I'm glad I didn't bring my horse. I was thinking that it was like really rough. Actually, last time when my horse died, when I talked about that, was it Firefly? Ah, come on. Well, I found this mesa using a mist, which I just want to talk about that for a sec. I am usually not for using like a mist to find stuff in a world or fly around in creative like on a like loading up the seed in single player and flying around in creative and finding stuff. But one thing is with multiplayer and with so many people here and just all the stuff that we're all doing, using a mist is definitely a good thing because then we don't have to run around and generate tons of terrain and make the map file super huge, or it's already super huge, the map file. It's very unwieldy. And so, I'm not usually for a mist or, doing stuff like that. I like searching the world and finding stuff, in single player world I would never. There's a Mesa. Wait. Yeah, so this is, oh no, Mesa is over this way. So yeah, in single player world I would never want to do something like that, but in multiplayer world it's almost necessary. Otherwise you're going to make a huge map file and it's just unwieldy. But yeah, so I found where the mesas were with the mist, which with our world it kind of sucks because oh shoot, there's netherrack here. I'm gonna pick all this up. But our world with 1.7 generation, there's actually a mesa like right by spawn, right in spawn. In fact, if you watched Ends, well, I don't know if I know he didn't record it, but he did talk about it. End Effect, when he was making his modern house, they had that chunk error bug with redstone lamps, and we actually exploited that a little bit to get some mesa generation right south of spawn, and got some good clay from that. But yeah, there's a mesa right there. And then there's a mesa a couple thousand blocks to the west of spawn, just outside of the border where we loaded up before 1.7 came out. And let's get rid of this stuff. So there's those two mesas pretty close to spawn, and then the next one's out. The next two mesas, or closest mesas, are over 10,000 blocks out. I think actually 15,000 blocks out is where we are right now. Yeah, minus 15,000 Z. Pretty far out that you have to go. There's one here, and then there's one, which way are we looking? There's one east, several thousand blocks. And so anyways, I rode my horse out here. My horse died. And then I walked the rest of the way here. And I actually built a portal somewhere in this mesa. And when I went through, it took me to the portal that one's connected to. And that's how I found that tunnel. So I don't know where it's connected to in the Nether Hub. And I'm not sure if there's any. I mean, I haven't heard anyone like claim a mesa for building in. Besides End Effect, but actually I don't think he's using his anymore. Anyways, I'm gonna grab some clay, and then I'll head back and finish up work on that witch farm. Aha, that's why I couldn't find it. there's the tunnel. This is AJ's tunnel. And this was covered up. What a not nice person. Not sharing his stuff. No, you come up. Let's see. Let's put you over there. Pick you up. Cover that back up. I think it, oh wait, nope. Not like that. Let's forward more. There we go. Why are you running away? I wonder how far this would travel. Just bouncing on its own. Maybe not very far. Anyways, let's head back. Alright. I've been working all night on this thing, or I did work all night. And then I AFK'd for a while on this, so we'll be able to check this thing out, and then we'll be able to see how it's been doing. Voila! Here's the witch farm. Got the beautiful purple and blue stained clay, and the nice dark oak and spruce. A little bit of spruce on the ceiling there. I have water up there to stop spawning, and then I have slabs above all the dark oak. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep it like that. I don't really like the dripping water all that much. But yeah, the mechanism is done. I haven't, cleared out this area around it. I need to obviously put slabs here so that mobs don't spawn. And then I have an on-off switch right here. That turns off the lights so that mobs can start spawning, or the witches can start spawning. And everything is in order. You step on a tripwire, and the things work. That's good. Get out of here, please. I had some issues. What's that? Are those all shifted weird? I don't know. But I AFK'd up there so that it would, or no mobs would spawn like in any caves that aren't lit up. I went basically so that the range of mob spawning was like right here. And I think that actually, I don't know, I think that along with the server actually caused some issues. Let's see if this whole thing is working. Seems to be. Yeah, it's just at the bottom that I was having issues. Although, why are those all off? Like, those should be... I suppose maybe that's just how... Yeah, that's how I set this up. Oh, I didn't even realize that. I guess I'll have to fix that. But, when I came down here, I was actually missing some pistons. Like, this piston was gone. I think that piston was gone. I think, like, that one was gone. It was really weird. The gravel was still there. So I don't know if it was something where it was, like, too far away from me that it was kind of messing up. Or maybe it was something to do with just the server. I know we had a server restart while I was AFKing, so maybe something like that. I don't know. But got that fixed. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. If it does, I'll have to investigate some more. But yeah, let's go down, see how well we did. I probably AFK'd for, let's see, I would say 3-4 hours, I think. And yeah, I got done about 5 in the morning doing this thing. And the reason it took so long, like, it didn't really take long to build those things. Except for the one in the water, I had a little bit of trouble. But I kept running out of stuff. What? 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 Okay, so this thing's not working. I know we had witch spawns, but I know one of the problems could have been... Why is that missing? I know one of the problems could have been that they weren't falling down. So we got some issues to fix. I can try and work those out real quick and do another test. But yeah, I kept running out of stuff. Like, I ran out of lapis, had to run back and get some of that for the clay. I used up all my string. I had to go back and get string and came back here, used that all up, and then ran out, so I had to go to the string farm that we have in spawn, which I rarely use, or really have never used, and had to get more string from there so that I could finish all this, put all the tripwire there. And then I ran out of spruce at one point, which was, yeah, it was a lot of back and forth, just running back and forth. And I thought I was super prepared too. Like I brought tons of supplies out here when I came out. But that's how these projects go, I guess. But anyways, I'm gonna try and fix some stuff, or maybe just do another AFK not up in the air. Maybe I'll just kind of wait down here and see if we can get some better results. Alright, so I've been out here doing a lot more work, and I have this area all prepped and ready. This is what it's gonna be like. Well, yeah, this is it. This is what we have. I got this all slabbed out so that we don't have to worry about mobs spawning over here. I don't think those lights will... I think those might be far enough away. I might have to do something about those lights. Not sure. I know in jails I don't think jail does anything to like stop those lights from affecting the spawn pad. But yeah, so now I AFK'd for a little bit. We're not getting super great spawns. I know that there's still caves down there to light up. Like I know that I've seen through like chunk ears that there's an abandoned mine shaft that's only like half lit up, like right underneath us. And also, right now actually, Kamikaze and Cytokind are on here with me, and we've started digging up all of the ground. I want to dig everything down to sea level, basically 1 block lower than this, so that we can flood everything, make it nice flat water. And then that will stop all spawns in this area. Then we don't have to worry about tons of torches and making sure that there's enough lighting. We can just have nice water. And we already have lots of stuff. There's a desert over that way. So we have quite a few chests of sand built up. I'm going to have lots of resources after this, or we all are. So if anyone on the NightOwl server needs some glass, come to me, and we'll have tons of dirt and stone as well. Now, luckily, most of this area, I'm doing a 200 block radius perimeter, and most of this area is very low. That's pretty much like the highest that it gets. It gets a little higher over on that side. There's a forest and a tiny bit of a jungle that we have to go through. But a lot of it is water. Like over on that side, that's pretty much all water over there. And a lot of this is water just with some islands, so it should go pretty quickly. Not a lot to go through. But anyways, I think that is about it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye, peoples. Also, one last thing I forgot to mention before I let you go. We have started a podcast here on the NightOwl server. It is out weekly on Sundays on the Night Owl's Nest YouTube channel. Make sure to check it out. We had our first episode this last Sunday. It was a lot of fun. I was a part of it. We had 10 people, because that was like the max that we could do with the way we were doing it. But yeah, make sure to go check that out. I'll have a link down in the description. And again, thanks for watching. Goodbye.